When somebody comes and put on those kilts and see them getting so empowered and happy, and again, feeling like they're making a statement, it just makes me extremely excited. Since I was a child, actually, I've always been involved into drawing and dancing were my two greatest passions. I did go to school for business, but after that, I decided that that was not my thing. So I went back to school for fashion design. And even though I got a job in tech, I was always pretty much close to the fashion industry. So it was in 2020 when I started just sewing my own kilts, but buying fabric that already existed. From there, I started making for other friends, sort of playing with existing kilts that I liked. And it's only about 2 years ago that I decided to start experimenting a little more. And not only using fabrics that were already available in the market, but sort of tweaking them, digitizing them, adding more to it, always keeping the tradition of like the plaid in the kilts or some of those kilt elements. It started kind of as a defiance, like, I mean, a statement piece. I started wearing kilts when we were lived in New York. So I always felt that it was like a statement piece and it looks good, it looks elegant. But again, also a way to defy the norms because, they tell us that we're boys, we need to wear pants and girls need to wear skirts. I moved to Provincetown. One of my very good friends, an artist from town, Greg Salvatore, it was his birthday. And he loves pink, and I did not have a pink kilt. So I took a black and white kilt that I have, and then I bought a bunch of like pink, different shades of paint in pink. And I started splattering and airbrushing, and in the end it was black, but all the bottom of that skirt was pink. And he loved it. I posted online, and everybody said, "Why don't we have something like this in the store?" And that's where I was like, "Oh my God, I can actually do my own prints and do whatever I want with these plaids." So basically, I'm taking, it's a digital paintbrush for designing of the wovens. I select a color with a specific size of the yarn if I want to be more technically accurate. And then I'm clicking here, at the ruler label, and I can just pretty much start click and dragging. Again, if I want to put a specific measurement, I can, but I can also go by, by my instinct and start drawing my stripes. I can change to a new color, and then I can start either recoloring what I already did. So let me just do a gray stripe in here, right? And after that, I can also copy and paste sequence like we do with words in general. So if I want to have the same that I have on the warp or the vertical stripes into the weft or the width, I can just copy all that. And then I'm going to go into the horizontal stripes and paste all of this so I can reproduce all that. If I like the way this looks and I want to create multiple colorways of the same, I will use one of these functions in the system where I can basically see the main repeat of my plaid. You can just start playing with the different colors, put them in there, and once you're happy with it, you can actually see how it's going to look in the larger scale. Now, something else that I do as, I'm testing on the fabrics is just get an idea on how that's gonna look. So this is just an example of, how I thought the design was gonna look like and a little bit of the vision that I had when designing what we call the out loud print. And again, just, getting a little bit of a preview of what it was. The ultimate result was actually this, what we call again the out loud style. Which again, we follow a very traditional shape for the kilt where the apron is in the front, no pleats, and then you have all the pleats in the back. But as you can see, we have this platter in here. It was very successful. People really wanted to wear it. for Pride, and like they say in Provincetown, it's Pride all year long. So this was actually sold out very quickly. Just being in this town, it's allowed me to expand the idea of what I thought this brand was going to be. You know, obviously being surrounded by a community of artists has opened my mind of not like, oh, I'm not only gonna, you know, be restricted to wear to build a kilt from materials that already exist, but you know, start creating and co-creating with them. I'm open to the possibility to eventually, again, work with some of the artists and design prints together with them or something based out of, you know, what they've done. I've already collaborated with other designers and artists. So for instance, my neighbor here, Gaston, in one of my fashion shows, we used a cashmere sweater that was based out of one of his paintings, and we pair it with one of my kilts that we created, you know, based on this platter and so on. So again, I think my commitment right now with the store is, again, keep obviously designing here, getting inspired by what we have around us, but also give the opportunity to other smaller brands, you know, particularly small business or queer owned, that can be in the store and give them a place to be represented.